Bonus!
Piper Leo! Crew, what the hell is going on? Oh, look out! Piper, now!
Here are these words. Hear the rhyme.
Crew, Piper, page, book!
Hear now the words of the witches.
Keep it going, Phoebe.
Hear now the words of the witches.
The words of the witches. The words of the witches.
Crew, Piper, page,
Hear now the words of the
keep it
witches.
going, Phoebe. Keep it going.
Hear now the words of the
Keep chanting.
Words of the witches.
Hear now the words.
The words of the witches. The story.
Crew, Piper, page, book! Keep chanting.
Hear now the words of the witches.
Keep chanting.
What ass backward spell did you guys cast?
This is Kevin, and welcome to Words of the Witches.
Hear now the words of the witches.
Piper, page, book!
The words of the witches. The words of the witches. The words of the witches. Hear now the words of the witches.
Keep chanting.
Hear now the words of the witches.
Hello, everybody. We're just gonna come a few minutes early so people can join and get settled for the adventure that's about to happen. Oh, David's here from the UK. Yes, yes. He's already playing the piano. Can you hear the music? How's the music sound?
Oh, so I didn't even.
Just play a little something. Whatever you want, anything. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good? Everyone can hear that? I know that song.
No.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. Remember that like 10 years ago?
10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. But I hadn't used it until now.
I need some water. I'm gonna get to my water already. I'm already like.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh, I also love how like it's somewhat in the shot. Maybe I should move it over.
With our Words of the Witches blanket that you have. Beauteous. Back at the manor.
I don't know if it comes through.
Yeah.
But it does.
It's there. Kinda. You can see the manor.
Yeah.
There it is. Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh.
You can get that blanket or that design on anything on the wordsofthewitches.threadless.com.
Yeah. Words of the.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. What time is it? Should we get started?
It's 7.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot.
Yeah.
I'm in my hoop tee cruising the streets. Alright, so we're going to talk about, well, this is Words of the Witches, a very special Words of the Witches live, where we're talking about our Charmed musical project that we've been working on, Aaron and I. Aaron, say hi.
Hello, everybody. It's me.
I'm Kevin, yes, the host of Words of the Witches. But yeah, we're going to talk about this project. We're going to answer some of your questions. So if you do have questions, be sure to ask. And we're going to play some music. 1 a.m. here in UK. Well, thanks for joining us at 1 a.m. We're going to play some music. We're going to read a scene or two from my script that I've been working on and tell you how it's going. Oh my god. So I guess we'll start with how this project got started, where the idea came from. And it was way back when I was covering the Charmed novels. We did an episode for Pied Piper, which was about this kind of musician, demon kind of guy. And Caitlin Shaper and I had an activity afterwards where I said, if Charmed was a musical, what songs would you like to hear? And we came up with song titles and who would sing it and what kind of music it would be. And Aaron listened to that episode and decided to create some of those songs. Actually, almost all of those songs you created.
Yeah.
And that's what started this project. He sent me the demos. And it was like meant to be. I'm like, well, we have to make it now. So Aaron, how did you feel when you first heard the our little ideas?
Yeah, listening to that podcast, I knew in my soul that I would be making the music for this project, and so if it's something I'm passionate about, I go 150% into it, and so I was like, all right, if I wrote these songs, what would they sound like? And so I started with Careful Wise Together, because I love Prue.
Yes.
who's my favorite sister, and so I decided to make a song based on her, and I made a snippet and I sent it to Kevin. I sent an audio recording of me singing it at a gas station. And then when I got back home, I actually made the music for it, and I sent that to Kevin along with a couple of other songs, Turn the Page on Me and I Don't Want to Know. And then Kevin was like,
I was geeked. I was so geeked.
And I was like, yeah, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it well, and we're going to put all of our heart into it and make sure that it carries the spirit of Charmed, and it's something that we all can come together and experience and work on as a community. So I thought it'd be cool to do.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, in that Pied Piper episode, we each came up with 5 songs. I had the Careful Wives Together, which was a Prue song. I Don't Want to Know, which is a Daryl song. Both of those will be playing for you today. And then what's another one I had? Oh, Rings, a Graham song, which is fun. And Caitlin had a lot of good ones too. She had to Turn the Page on Me. She had Unlucky in Love for Phoebe.
Yep.
So those are just song titles, and now they're like in actuality. It's so fun. Any questions thus far? I don't know. If you have questions, just shout them out. I'm watching the feed. Piper Rule's just saying super boss. So okay. And this musical, I've decided to place it right in the beginning of season 10 in the comics, because we are covering the published lore. I'm kind of trying to reward those who listen to the comics. So it's taking place between episode 6 and 7 of the season 10 comics. But the premise is very much like Cat House. If you remember Cat House, how they would go back into past memories, kind of like a clip show episode. So it's kind of like that, where our characters are sent to past memories from the series that we know and love, except with the twist that these memories are musicals. So they sing songs in these memories. Yeah, it's super fun. Why a musical? Because I always wanted a Charmed musical. I think, other TV shows got the musical treatment. We had the Buffy the Vampire Slayer musical, which is very popular. Seventh Heaven had one. Once Upon a Time. So many sitcoms, so many dramas had musical episodes, and I was always disappointed that Charmed never got one. Especially as musical theater nerds that we are.
We had theater adjacent episodes, but not like full on musical episodes.
Yeah. So, you know what? Why don't we just play a song to get us started? Well, we're gonna read a scene/song just to kind of introduce the concept. Once more with feeling in the cat house. Exactly. Oh, that's not the title. Maybe that's the title of the musical. I'm gonna get your laptop so I can read this.
Oh.
So, we're gonna do 3 songs, kind of dispersed throughout this live. So we'll start off with this one. I'm gonna read the scene right before it happens, and then Aaron will play the song, and then we'll talk some more. So it starts off. Leo is thrown out of the vortex alone. He gets up and takes in the room. So this is Leo. Hello, Piper? You there? A vortex just threw me from bed into the dining room. Leo walked into the kitchen. Piper is there making a potion. Piper, there you are. Something strange just happened. I don't know if one of the kids got a new power or what. Wait, where are the boys? Piper completely ignores him and continues working. Are you listening to me?
Leo.
I'm right here. What's the matter with you? And then the song begins.
Oh no. I liked that, Captain. Leo. My life today, every day is a test. I've tried my best, but I'm through.
Singing? You hate singing.
Can I have one day of rest? Now the house is a mess, but what's new?
I'm so confused.
Can things just be normal for one
Piper. So that's one of our first songs. The Kids Cut Short. How was that? We're nervous. So that's called "Let Me Be Normal," a Piper song. Yeah. I don't know. How did that go? What are people thinking? Are we liking this? Are we hating it? I don't know. So pretty much the premise of this musical, it starts off because of Chris. So Chris inadvertently casts a spell, and he combines two spells that actually get them in this situation and gets them roaming through these memories. Thank you. David Spellman Baker says, I love it. Marky Mark says, very cute. Would be singing about wanting a normal life. Oh, she would be singing about wanting a normal life. Mm-hmm. So, thank you. Yeah. We like to think we get the characters down. I like to make sure we get the voices. So Chris sends them through these memories where there's musicals. I have a question for people who are listening. Is there anything in the series that you would like covered in a musical? Because I have some ideas of what I'm putting in there, but if there's anything in this series that you think demands the musical treatment, demands a song, maybe that's a memory we can revisit. I'm about a third done with the script, so there's still lots of writing to do, lots of story to uncover. So if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see in the musical, it's something that I would take into account. I'm aiming. Oh, and the plan too is to cast this. So after the musical is done, we want to hold virtual auditions and have people read for characters, sing for characters, and we're gonna do like a full produced radio musical with the cast. And Prue's grief over her mom. That would be yes.
Oh.
Yes, and that was in my brain too. Especially after what happened with my mom, and this year has been hard for me. It would be really beautiful.
Yeah.
What's the timeline of the story? We talked about this a little bit earlier. So it takes place between season 10, issue 6 and 7. So it's in the comics territory. So we do have a lot of comics territory stuff, but the memories will go back towards the series. So we'll have a little bit of give and take. Auditions, you say? Yes, auditions. So all my charmed fans, all my charmed actors / singers, we're gonna want you to play. There's lots of roles. There's more roles than I anticipated just because of the memories. So even though we have our main core cast in the present, all these memories have all these other characters pop up.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about creating a musical as well is, I don't know if I should go to my musical background.
Go ahead, do it.
I am a first. The beautiful thing about creating a musical is that I will be composing to the person playing the part. So these songs may end up in completely different keys with different melodies and things. But I wanted to have a base point for us to start with, and then I would adjust to whoever got cast. So don't think that, there's no way I would get this role, because you might, and then I would cater the music to your voice.
Yeah. David Spellman Baker says, what about a song about Piper hiding in the shower? I'm being struck by psycho killers and I hide in the shower. Great. Things to think about. We do need some more, because we have things dispersed, but there are some seasons we haven't quite hit yet. There are seasons that are referenced, but we haven't actually gone to a memory in there. We're having a lot of fun with that. And sometimes as I write the script, sometimes the lyrics for these songs change. We have different versions, there's different drafts as they keep going. So it's writing itself. It's evolving as we go on. Page writing in the book. There is a song called "Turn the Page on Me," which may have some semblance to that. Any other questions? Daryl, exhausted by magic. Oh, we're gonna sing to you the Daryl song.
Yeah.
Should we do the Daryl song now?
Oh.
Are
What?
you ready for the Daryl song?
Let me prepare myself for this one. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna sing the Daryl song. It's called "I Don't Want to Know."
Oh God.
It takes place during Ms. Hellfire when he first finds out that they're witches about the powers and everything. When will the auditions be? I don't know yet because we have to finish the script first. But once we have that all situated, all the songs done, all the script done, then we'll start the auditions, and I'll have announcements and everything for that. Let's play this Daryl song.
Okay. Whew. All right. I'll turn this down because I know the music's loud. All right. I don't wanna know. 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 All this nonsense has gotta stop. I can't help you. I'm a cop. I could lose my job. Book of Shadows? I want no relation. That's too much information. The less you tell me, the happier I'll be. I don't wanna know. 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 You don't wanna even know we can fly. I'm serious. There's nothing I wanna know about. There's nothing I have to seek out. There's nothing I need to clear my doubts. I don't even wanna know if you own a damn broom, a cauldron, or two dustbusters on cue. I don't need a diagram, cause I don't give a damn. I stare out death every day, but I'm trained to handle it this one's way. But now I'm stressed, you're a wish you confess, and I don't wanna get dragged in this mess. I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know anything.
So yeah, that's our Daryl song.
Oh,
Did I miss How Soon Is Now? We didn't play How Soon Is Now. It will be in the musical. We actually have kind of full cast How Soon Is Now, so it's accommodating multiple voices. It's really beautiful. Our How Soon Is Now. I mean, we can't really play it.
I haven't told Kevin this, but I might completely rearrange it
Okay.
to make it more musical-esque.
Okay. Yeah.
And really, because I got too into trying to make a one for one of it rather than trying to make it its own thing, and I feel like the instrumentation I might change.
Yeah, we want like
But
that
it's-
Broadway feel.
Yeah, but the general gist will be the same, and I'm very excited.
So Broadway How Soon Is Now. Think of that. So everybody in the cast will be. I'm thinking like Seasons of Love. How Soon Is Now edition.
Yeah, that's
the kind of vibe we're going for.
Yeah, that's.
And that will be our first song because I have a prologue written. So we have a prologue, then the How Soon Is Now theme, and then we'll start with our actual musical. It's so exciting. I can't. This is like a dream come true.
And it was interesting getting the courage to do it. I've been composing music since the age of 6, and so I went to college for music and theater. I did music composition, and I got really involved in the reality TV podcast world. So I was kind of like the Weird Al of the reality TV world, where there was different shows on every week, and I had to work with my fellow co-writers, and we came up with parody songs each week for episodes that was on. So we wrote over 100 songs in the last few years together. So I got really used to making a lot of things on a crunch, and then that combined with my perfect pitch of synesthesia, so I hear music in colors. Music has a certain color to me. I really wanted to bring that out in the music, and it also had an influence on how I composed. So actually, for this next song, when we get to that, there's a thing called serialism in music, where music is always assigned a number from 0 to 11, and so 0, 1, 2, 3 is E flat, and so I try to compose a lot of power of 3 things in this key, and the opposite of that is this, which is C minor. So that's why I started Careful Wise together in C minor and that major, because I wanted to keep the theme of 3 in there. Yeah,
You're so wise. Careful Wise together.
Yeah, there's a lot of thought in the. It might not end up that way in the show, but conceptually, that's kind of what I was going for.
I got a few questions. Legion Ivory says, how will you go about incorporating the song's lyrics, how soon is now, to fit the musical and story? Okay, so I'm thinking of it as more of like an opening credits. So it's not actually part of the story, but it's going to be like our opening credits. So we'll be singing it. If this was on TV, it would be like the cast, and they're like turning, and their name will go across the screen. So that's in my brain. So it's like we have the prologue, and then How Soon Is Now. Our song will be there, but it'd be not really relevant to the story, just be our opening credits. The flashbacks or memories encompass all previous seasons. That's the idea. I want to try to get all of. I mean, it's not going to be every episode, but it's going to be at different stages of their lives. You know how a Cat House kind of went through different stages of Piper and Leo's love story? This is just going to be all stages of what we've seen in the past, moments that we love. So an overture of sorts. And Legion Ivory, he's the composer himself. So
Yeah,
he knows,
yeah.
So he knows music.
I'm familiar with Legion Ivory.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to put more funny quotes in the lyrics? Like, it's like the Parent Trap with a B cup. I mean, yeah, we'd like to try to put some humor in there. I have a lot of heart in there and stuff, but we try to find those moments. And a lot of times we turn the dialogue into the music. Sometimes we completely make a whole new song, because it's all supposed to be about the inner voices. And the whole purpose of this musical, the moral of it in a sense, is about honesty and expressing what you're really feeling to people and communicate that. Because too many people hide stuff so much. So it's about, what musicals do in the grand scheme, but, what are these characters? What are they're hiding, and what are their flaws? And all right. If Daryl's wasn't in person and part of a convo over the phone, it'd be funny if it ended mid-song with Piper just hanging up without a goodbye or thank you, as she does. I actually do address that at the end of the Daryl number, because Phoebe, our present Phoebe, is witnessing this. She's like, oh yeah, and she's like, and then Phoebe is just like, oh my gosh, we're so awful to him. We were so awful to him this whole time. So I'm gonna call out a lot of the criticisms, I think, or stuff that we would like expanded on, because this is a musical made by fans for fans. It's all about us kind of being on the same page. Yeah. And yeah, we're taking anything input, because I want to try to put in as much as people want. If make it make sense. And because it's taking place right kind of in the middle of the comics, people who are listening to the podcast will have an extra, knowledge set, or people who read the comics at least. I want to play Shax, Justin Blizzle. Oh, should we have Shaq sing?
Oh, wow.
It would be like Jim Morrison, right?
Yeah.
I'll cameo. Yeah, or the source. Let's read the script. Read another scene.
Yeah, scene.
You have it?
Which scene is it?
We're gonna do the Paige, Phoebe, Chris scene. Read that just to kind of give you an idea of how this went down.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's a cute scene. So this will give you kind of the idea of how it's working out. Yeah, only about a third. I've set 30 pages written, but still going on. Okay. Scene 4. Oh, yeah, you're smart. Okay. So I'm gonna be playing Chris, and this is young Chris. This is 6-year-old Chris, because it's taking place during season 10, so they're a little bit older. He can talk. And that's one thing too about this musical. I want the kids to be a part of it. They're not just gonna be on the sidelines. They're actually in the story, and they're actually doing magic. So we get some Wyatt and Chris action, some of PJ action, which is Phoebe's firstborn daughter. So we get some of that in here too. So this is scene 4. I'm gonna be playing Chris and Phoebe, and Aaron's gonna be doing Paige. All right. So this starts. Phoebe, Paige, and Chris are still in the memory living room. We hear echoes of Generation Hex in the distance. Generation Hex is our first song after the opening credits. And it's kind of inspired by the Generation Next Spice Girls song. I'm not playing that for you today, but it's a very ensemble number. What is the main conflict of the musical?
Oh,
That's a good question. Well, so pretty much these memories, they're in pocket dimensions. So they're these endless, indefinite amount of pocket dimensions. And Henry and Coop, in trying to find out where everybody went, summon this new character named Mercendius, who is a little bit crazy, a little bit unhinged, and he is part Arkai and part Nixie. So he's got these fire portal magic, and he has this water magic, and he's just, he's mad. So you don't know what he's going to do, how he's going to act, and he's very impulsive. And he's going to be the main antagonist of this show. So in addition to them trying to get out and figure out what happened to them, they have this crazy person following them around. And Mercendius is actually based off a character that I came up for myself ages ago. There's actually a picture of me in my Book of Shadows replica of it. But now I'm kind of fleshing him out too as well for this story.
Oh. Yeah.
Will the musical include Prue, Patience, or both? Both. Because it's taking place during the comics. We have Patience in here, but the memories will have Prue. And so, yeah. Oh, so let's read this scene. So this is baby Chris, or 6-year-old Chris. We keep getting questions. How about a song of Paige feeling small next to Prue, but being flashback to a prime moment of her embracing the craft?
That's pretty much almost exactly. Turn the Page on Me.
Yeah, we have the Turn the Page on Me song, which does address that. A reflection. Yep. A reflection moment. I remember at the end of that scene when we have the Turn the Page on Me song, Paige makes a comment about, she's like, well, how's that for therapy? Because she kind of gets to hear her innermost voices said by her own self, while she's outside of herself. Are you playing Mercendius? And is Aaron going to play someone? I'm definitely going to be playing Mercendius. Aaron will probably play somebody. I don't know. We haven't talked about that, but he'll be in it. He'll definitely be in it. He'll be doing stuff. So, but let me hold the questions for a moment while we read this scene. I know. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're excited too. All right. So this is 6-year-old Chris who says, "They're singing this again." Phoebe, rubbing her temples. This screams musical time loop to me.
I still can't believe Christy was talking to the Triad in our own house.
Paige, it's over. That's in the past. And so are we, apparently.
But how?
That swirly thing brought us here.
Thank you, Chris. Wait, right before it appeared, I left you with the book.
You didn't read anything, did you? Yep, Mommy's been helping me.
Oh, no.
Okay, Chris, this is very important. What exactly did you read? Some nursery rhymes, like little songs, with pictures. I started reading something, but then the pages blew, so I read part of another one.
You combined spells? This is bad. This is very bad.
Those were spells? Oops. And we can't reverse it unless we know exactly what we need to reverse. Otherwise, things might just get worse. That's a rhyme. Unintentional, I assure you. Now focus. What do you remember about the spells? Where am I? Okay. The last one had a tall, glowy lady on it. A tall, glowy lady.
The truth spell.
Yes! That would certainly explain why feelings are compelled to be shared.
The musical part is new.
Well, the effects of a spell can differ depending on the intent and mind space of the caster. Chris thought of them as songs, so welcome to the sound of music. It's you.
Still doesn't explain why we're living in a time loop. Do you remember anything about that first spell?
It was round?
All right. Well, that is officially no help.
We have to get to the Book of Shadows. That still exists in this memory, right? Then I can see if I recognize anything. We just have to get past the Spice Girl versions of us without being seen. Can you orb us to the attic page? I can do it, Aunt Phoebe. I have powers too, you know. Let's go! And then they orb.
Fine. I guess I'll see you there.
So that's one of the scenes. Fun. One of my biggest challenges, I think, is I don't know how funny I am. I have some funny situations, but I'm not the best at like writing jokes. So that's where I'm struggling a little bit. But I do have the characters down, and I think some of the situations are very funny. But I will have people kind of go over it and give their notes and tidbits and see if they have any ideas after we get closer to that. So that's a scene. Should we play the third song? This is the Prue song, the Prue patient song. But let's take some questions first, though. So Chris is the catalyst for the fuckery. He is. This is Chris's first spell, and he cast it not even knowing he was casting it. So it starts off with Piper teaching Chris kind of how to read. So he's learning to read. He's thinking about these spells as songs, and he has a little bit of rivalry, a little bit of inferiority over Wyatt, because they're both children. Wyatt's being a little brat, and Chris is kind of upset about it. And so Chris is he wants to read. He wants to practice his reading, and the book that he was reading was Wyatt's and got mad. So he ends up reading from the Book of Shadows because he's left alone with it, and that's what causes all this craziness. Oh, it's so fun. All right. Any other questions before we play the third song? I'm looking here. And if you miss any of this, no worries, because we are recording it and saving it. It will be left on the Instagram page here. I'm also going to be putting it on YouTube and the podcast feed itself. So you can always go back and listen to what we did before. Play the opening credits of 516. The opening credits of 516. Oh, you mean the after credits? Like during the cityscapes? What? Was that inspired by the Boogeyman spell? Sounds like a children's song. Which one? Which spell? Or which? I don't know. Who are you again? There should be a cameo song for Stanley not being forgotten.
Oh, wow.
That's a deep cut. I love that.
That'd be great.
My name shall live forever in infamy. That would be fun. That would make a lot of people happy. I would love that. Justice for Stanley.
Oh.
So Baby's First
great.
Demon. I don't know. Okay. This may be far-fetched, but the baby's singing through Piper while she's preggo. That is a little out there. I don't know. A number very unlike Piper. So like Piper's singing the baby's voice. Play Fever by Paige. By Paige. Fever. What else? What was that? Was that inspired by the Boogeyman spell? I don't know which one you're talking about. It's funny. I'm like, 'cause the camera's sideways. So I'm always like I'm doing the pug thing. We're gonna play the Careful Wise Together song, which was a Patience Prue song, and this actually takes place in timeline of the comic. So, I mentioned we started in season 10, so this kind of goes back to season 9, shortly after Prue became the Nexus of the All. And so that's where this is happening. It does have a callback to the first episode when they're walking up the stairs and they're like, Piper says, "What are we gonna do?" And Phoebe's like, what can't we do? And Prue says, we're going to be careful, we're going to be wise, and we're going to stick together. And then they walked up the steps. This should be interesting. So it's kind of a callback to that, but it's taking place during season 9. Careful, wise, together. Ready?
I'm surrounded by familiar walls, familiar halls, yet different somehow. Rennick thought he'd got the best of me, but my destiny isn't finished for now. It all began right here for my sisters and me. In this attic we vanquished with the power of 3. Now everything's different. This body's mine to keep. And like that first night, I know what we must do. Back then I said, we're gonna be careful. We're gonna be wise. We're gonna stick together. That statement changed our lives. And now we're reunited. And I'm so excited to be invited back into the fold. Just look at these markings. The move on my arm. This new power flows through me. It's overwhelming and I'm feeling charmed. The elders may direct us, but I will protect us here at the nexus of the all. So we're gonna be careful. We're gonna be wise. We're gonna stick together. No more goodbyes. If we're careful, wise, and stick together for our lives.
Yay!
It'll be much prettier here. Yeah. Yeah.
So that makes my heart. I love it so much. I love it so much. So David clarified. He said he thought the mixture of spells. Chris thought the mixture of spells was a nursery rhyme. So I meant, was it inspired by Woogieman spell? Like, sounds like a children's song. So pretty much, Chris combined 2 different spells, and I'll tell you right now, it was the truth spell mixed with the one from Crisscross to go back in time. So it's those 2 spells mixed together, and they were simple enough that a 6-year-old would read, who's learning to read, and that's what caused the craziness, because he turned 2 spells into 1 spell, which is pretty impressive for a kid's first spell. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this. I hope you guys enjoyed the preview of the songs. We're not going to play any more. We have others, but we're not going to play any more. Keep that secret for when we start getting closer, we start getting production. Is there anything else I want to say about this? Anything you want to say about this?
Ooh. It's been a really fun process working on this and seeing something created over time. It's been really fun seeing Kevin work on this, and it's been very, very easy to work with Kevin on this. It's been great giving him the freedom to really put the spirit of Charmed into this. And then as far as all the technical musical stuff, that'll be my department is putting all this stuff together to make it sound good and present it to you all. So it'll be really fun when it comes out. I'm excited to see how this progresses from here.
Yeah, and I know I'm gonna be tweaking things. We're both gonna be tweaking things completely because as we get closer to like the final draft, it's all about making it cohesive and putting the pieces together. So I'm sure things will be changed. I keep going back to what I wrote before, and I keep adding things or making things more clarified. So I don't know if you noticed, but I make changes.
Oh yeah.
constantly.
Every time I look at it, there's something, which is great, which I really like, and I think especially also as people start voicing it,
Yeah.
there'll be their flavor added into it as well, and on, how they deliver it, or if there's moments that we find that weren't there before.
Right. Let's see. Marky Mark 21 says Phoebe, feeling stagnant and lackluster in her marriage, overwhelmed by kids, gets to see Queen of the Underworld or Queen Phoebe singing about being torn between Cole and her sisters, ends up appreciative about where she is.
Oh.
Cute.
Oh.
We do need some season 4 moments.
Yes.
So that might be an option. And we do have Phoebe. She doesn't sing really early on her own in the script because I always saw Phoebe as someone who she's really great at giving advice and she's very in tune with other people, but she is very terrified of her own feelings. Anything that's the smallest bit uncomfortable for her, she shies away from. She distracts herself by cleaning or her job or all these other things. She doesn't like to face her own feelings. So it takes a while for Phoebe to even go to a memory where she's singing because it's almost too uncomfortable for her. But when she gets there, she starts to have to address it. Hi, Phoenix. Yeah, I think you missed all of the songs we played so far. But it's gonna be recorded, so you'll get to go back on that. Is there anything else you want to share? I don't know.
Ooh, I will. I think
Okay.
this would be interesting. So in creating this project, what were some of the musical inspirations behind the numbers?
Me or some of the musical inspirations?
Yeah, and I also have musical inspirations for what we've made so far.
And see, like I know music, but not like you music. I know like feelings. So like when I came up with a lot of these songs, I had a kind of song in my head. Like for I Don't Want to Know, I knew I wanted kind of like a rock ballad sound, and you came up with that. Our Graham song, I envisioned a little bit differently, but I like where he is now because I remember I envisioned like Graham's being just like nonchalant about like, yeah, I have these rings and these are all my lovers and whatever. I hate men, and we kind of did a twist turn on that where she talked about how much she really loved Alan. That was like the one guy she actually loved, and ever since that, so it's really what the song is really what Grams is hiding underneath all of the anger and aggression and coldness that she normally has. So that was fun for me. We're not gonna play that for you. It's a secret. Justin Bill says Phoebe cleaning. Yes, because remember, like for Prue's funeral, Cole says you're cleaning. You hate cleaning. That is a defense mechanism. She does that to distract herself from her grief. And even when, we always make fun of how Miles died and she's dancing around. But I think that's another distraction.
Yeah.
So it's just something that she always kind of is good at, avoiding her own feelings. Oh. I don't know how long. What's this? Not sure if I missed Chris's musical motive moment, but I feel like Chris just learned that lessons stick when put in a song. So he sings to push and try to surpass Wyatt.
that is very much.
We have a Chris song.
Yeah, there's a Chris song.
The Chris song takes place during I Dream of Phoebe, and it's called Littlest Brother, and it's about how he's like mad at Wyatt and how he always feels like Wyatt gets everything.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite song that I made because, well, my favorite band is Disturbed, and so I really drew upon them to create the number, and it was very cathartic. It was very interesting trying to write it because being raised as the eldest brother, you know, in my
You had to
it's kind of weird to
switch
imagine
your
being
roles.
like the younger brother. Yeah,
and I'm the oldest, pretty much too. I'm
Yeah.
very much like the Prue Piper character in my family.
yeah.
So yeah, but it's something that we witness countless times in the series. Chris's inferiority complex
Yeah.
is widely apparent.
Yeah.
So we get to address that a little bit. To talk about Phoebe singing "Making Soup for Cole," we do have a little bit of a callback to that as well.
There is that, yeah.
We have all these things, all these plans. It's so cool. I'm just so tickled over this project, and what we've done so far is pretty amazing. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything that I haven't discussed with you yet. Any other memories that I know I want to go to?
Oh,
Is there anything that you're thinking of that you might want to do?
memories that. Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness.
What would be fun musical moments?
You know,
That we didn't
I don't know why I'm thinking of the episode where they go back to that speakeasy.
Showgirls?
Yeah.
Well, Drake's in that.
Yeah,
so-
because I was like, we need a Drake, we need a Drake number in here, and I was thinking about like
That's
the
7:15.
musical
Season 7,
style,
episode 15.
musical styles that weren't covered in what we've done that could be, you know, and use those musical styles.
Yeah,
to
you
think
could
about
totally
what
do
was done.
like music
Like a
song from kind of that time.
Yeah.
Ooh, ragtime. Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a part of my past.
Yeah.
Song.
It could also be that. Dan played the piano.
Oh my gosh, we can get some Dan singing. So, oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yes. I'm so glad people are excited. Thanks for being excited, everybody. This is yeah. And I hope many of you audition and get in it because I know a lot of people out there are singers. We want Charmed fans who are singers.
And it's really been a fun memory lane too, going back through all these memories and creating musical moments for them. And I do think by the time the musical is finished, we probably would have had moments from every season at least twice.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Which is good. So there's a nice spread of representation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want people to know, people who watch the show to be rewarded just as much as people who read the comics. David says, it was Billy's sister that wrote the lyrics to Drake's song. Yes, Lisa Zane. I actually met Billy Zane and Lisa Zane at the same convention, and I sang the song to Billy, and then I went to his sister and had her sign my book as well.
Ah.
And she wrote, "Everything's Kind of Good, Lisa Zane." Hello, call me Jairus. Yes. Christy needs a song about being a dumb evil bitch, but it's okay because she has nice hair. Sean wrote that. Oh, I love that, Sean.
I mean, you might like Generation Hex.
Generation Hex is such a fun song.
Yeah.
Because Christy's in that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty much the opening of Generation Hex number. Hey, Summer. Yeah, I just talked about the Billy Zane moment that you were there for. Yeah, I love that. But yeah, Generation Hex opening number. It's right when they're around the table eating breakfast. Breakfast. It's a fun little. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Especially if people are Spice Girls fans, that would be a really good number for them.
Yeah.
That was an amazing moment, Summer, and yeah. I posted that recently again in preparation for this, so if you haven't seen the Billy Zane moment, I cut out me singing at the convention and sang it better because I felt so embarrassed when I actually sang to Billy Zane. I'm like,
really?
Because I sang it, but I'm like, this is not how I want to sound. I'm not up to par. So I sang it like for real in my kitchen afterwards. Why are you sideways?
Oh, we are. See, I was wondering that because I was like, why isn't the? Did you unlock your phone orientation?
No. Oh, that's just swooping.
Oh, that's the other side. And now you've seen the other
Yeah.
DVD case.
I made it sideways so that we can hear see the
Oh,
keyboard
yeah.
this way, but I don't know how it looks on yours.
Yeah.
Oh, probably. You know what? It probably is up and down or sideways.
Yeah, because
Because I'm like this.
So like high.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. When I make the video of this, I'm gonna flip it so that we're right ways
Yeah.
up. But you're right. On the live, it is a little wonky. And that's why when I'm reading the comments like this, like,
Yeah.
like a crazy person. What else? What else? I feel like I want to share more, but I don't want to share more. Like I don't want to give too much away.
What is a character that you did not expect to be in this musical that is? You could preview a character. It doesn't have to be like.
Yeah, I mean, we
I
have.
have one.
Okay, what's yours?
Gavin.
Gavin. Yeah, we have Gavin from The Truth Is Out There and It
Yeah.
Hurts. Yeah, and that I was not expecting to have him in here either, too. But as I was writing, I went to a memory that had him in there, and now Gavin sings. So we got future Warlock with the third eye singing a little bit.
It's actually one of my favorite ones that I made too. Yeah.
That could be a way to involve Drake. Yeah, I definitely want to get some Drake singing in here.
1,000%.
We'll definitely get him in there.
Mhm.
Tell me Barbas the Icon will make an appearance. Ooh.
Oh, wow! I was so surprised with that.
I mean, well, there's still so much more scripts
Yeah, there's
to write.
so much. Yeah.
So, and that's why
Yeah.
I'm taking all your people with suggestions, because if there's something you really want,
Yeah.
I'm going to work hard to get it in the script.
Yeah.
So Barbas would be great. Drake's definitely going to be in there at
The
some point.
Debbie Allen is the seer.
Debbie Morgan?
Oh my God! Did I say Debbie Allen? I did ask Debbie Morgan.
What was she saying? Like, into the void. It probably sound very Eartha Kitt if she sang.
Yeah.
Very Yzma. Bye, Summer. Thanks for coming and checking us out.
Yeah. Yzma is one of my favorite songs I've never put in the movie. So.
Snuff out the light.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a Sears song based off of Snuff Out the Light.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It would be
Oh my gosh. We could do a moment for from Charmed and Dangerous with the Sears. That would be really fun.
It would be a very fun number.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, but someone else I want that would probably be surprising. I mean, Gavin's probably up there. I didn't expect to put him in there, but he's in there. Yeah. So far we do have Henry and Coop in this, but they don't sing yet. Well, no, I take that back. Coop does sing in one of Coop does sing a little bit in one of them. And I love that number too. Doing a duet. Coop and Phoebe have a little duet. Yes, we have that already written. Have you thought of including a duet for Phoebe and Piper surrounding their grief memories of Prue? Oh, that would be fun. I mean, there's so many moments that we could explore grief in this, and we haven't really gotten there yet. I think that will become more like in the final third when it starts to get a little bit more serious.
Yeah, there's a Four Sisters song.
We do have a Four Sisters song where all four sisters are talking, and we have a lot of harmonies and melodies in there. Oh, that's gonna be a really beautiful number too. What about a rap? Oh, we don't have any raps.
Yes, there is.
Oh yeah, and I don't want to know a little bit. You're right.
Generation X.
Generation X. I forgot about that one. With all the names of Phoebe's men. That's kind of how I anticipated Graham's song too, but we don't know about most of her lovers, just that they were there.
Yeah.
I don't like raps, but it would be funny. Yeah, we have a lot of like solo numbers just because it's easier to like sing. But I do want to do more harmony stuff too, because voices blending together is always so beautiful. And we have those. It's just balance, right? Balance. We want solos and duets. And we have a Piper and Leo duet coming up too.
Yes.
Called "The Elders Are Dicks." I'm excited about that song. That's coming. Where are we putting that? We're putting that in season 3. Yeah, we're putting that in season 3 around "Blinded by the White Lighter," and we're going to sing about the Elders Are Dicks. We don't have Cole in here yet either.
No, not yet. Yeah, could definitely be in there.
Ooh, maybe we can have a Cole Sear duet.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and we can like really tell you that he's possessed by those words. It's not Cole's action. Cole is not to blame. It is pure possession. And then Cole can be go between Source voice and Cole voice and Sear and then Sear. Ooh, we're gonna put that in here. That's in our musical now. Yeah, I like that. See. This is why we're doing this live. You're giving us the ideas you need. How long have we been on live for so far?
Oh, it's been 53 minutes.
Oh wow, we've been on here for about an hour.
56.
A very interesting idea would be a call and response round involving Prue and patients, with Prue responding to patients.
Oh.
Kind of like what she did before. She just I'm not gonna spoil it if you haven't read the comics, but that would be. I don't know. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
It would be interesting, but I don't know if it would fit with our script right now. But I will keep it just because I want to keep it with the sisters and everything. And because this is between 6 and 7 of season 10, so it's before she even get into the real patient's problem. But I like that. So yeah, Balthazar, Source voice. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up then. Do I want to do anything else before we go? Definitely stay informed. Keep checking out the Instagram and checking out the podcast for updates. Words of the Witches, all the places. You can follow Aaron too. He's got podcasts and things.
Yeah.
You got a name? Tell them.
Oh, yes. Podcast and everything. So there's Sparky Bookman. I just had Kevin on, where we talk about all of the Avatar: The Last Airbender published materials, starting The Rift on Friday. It'll be, I guess, basically my birthday podcast, because my birthday's Saturday. Woo! And then Great Typhoons and Raging Fires, which is currently on hiatus because, movies and things. But, if you like Disney movies and hear nostalgia while in this hiatus period, you can take a listen.
That's true.
They're out there.
Maribel 518 says, "Are you including any lines from the favorite spells?" I mean, we definitely have lots of callbacks. We have lots of lines that should be recognizable, just from the show and spells. So yeah, you'll see those things. If you're a fan, you'll see the references.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, yeah, I'm excited to keep going with this project, and when it finally comes to fruition, it's gonna be the biggest, I don't know, soul spasm.
Oh, so good.
And thanks everybody for checking us out, and we will be back this Friday too for a new comic book issue episode. Yeah. Sorry. Murky Mark 21 says Leo and Piper are singing / arguing about candy corn.
Oh.
That's good. Hillbilly Volume 1 action. Because I like candy corn, but she's like, nobody likes candy corn. I'm like, yes! And he just buys the 3 bags of it. I love that. Maybe. If we want a Halloween number.
Oh, yes.
And I could put the candy corn and peanuts mixture in my brain. It's so good. It's so good. So yeah, we're gonna sign off now, but this was so much fun. If you have any other questions, DM me, send them my way. Yeah, it's just something we're gonna keep on keeping on with.
Yeah.
Love you all. Goodbye.